Hi all, I'm Joanne MacInnis, registered nurse, owner of Aberdeen Home Care in Danvers. So the first phase of the COVID-19 has come and gone. We've gotten information, we know what it is, we know what it isn't. We know that the testing is going to become more and more available. We generally know what the percentage is. I'll tell you today it's 11.1 of positive results from the tests that have been done in Massachusetts. So we've been to the grocery store and we've said goodbye to our neighbors and we've kind of hunkered down. Okay, that's phase one. So now we're in phase two. I mean, we are New Englanders and we like to be empowered. When we have a snowstorm, we like to get our groceries and power up the snowblower, get our shovels ready, and we are prepared to go out and do that first pass and the second pass and get things down to pavement, and then we're ready to rock and roll. Well, this is the opposite of that because there's nothing to do. We need to remain vigilant with social distancing, with disinfecting, with reducing exposure wherever we can, trying to stay productive as members of a workforce when we're all working remotely, and trying to stay socially as active as we can over outlets that are appropriate. Sorry, I'm getting dinged and donged constantly. So being unempowered and being vulnerable are not feelings that we like, that we're used to, or that, quite frankly, we want to cope with. So how to take back some empowerment in your own personal life, in your own work life right now. One of the members of my office has set up a workstation. In fact, I think many people have a dedicated space in their house so they're not at the dining room table, so they feel more like I'm at work when I'm in this space. So they've got their computer and they've got their papers laid out and they're at work in a dedicated space. So when they leave that space, they're not at work. Let's try to have a definition of at work space and not at work space in the home. Let's put in place a schedule for everybody, not just ourselves. Everyone operates best on a schedule. Let's try to get up at the same time and have the same routine, have meals together, have meals at the same time, go to bed on time, and then work in things like exercise and social time on FaceTime or other outlets. We just had a Zoom meeting with our whole office today, which worked out great. What are the other things that are plaguing you that you can't get to? If you have a little extra time at home, everybody's basement needs work. Everybody's attic needs work. Everybody has too many clothes bins with seasonal clothes. Weed them out. What a great time to do that. Because at the end of this whole, social distancing thing, you'll either have an attic and a basement that look exactly like it does now, or it'll look better. And won't you feel great to say we went through clothing, we have giveaway piles, we have donate piles, we have toss out piles. We went through all those boxes of family photos and we have them in Ziploc baggies and we have dates on them. And so when we get photo albums, we know how to put them in, or we're going to be scanning them and putting them into a digital photo album. So many ways that we can spend our time when we generally don't have time. That's everyone's complaint. I don't have enough time. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough days in the week. Well, we're getting a little reprieve from the madness that generally occupies our pace. We can use that to our advantage. Find projects that will really make you feel satisfied to take on at home. And I'll tell you, you will regain some of the feeling of empowerment and some of your vulnerability will dissipate. Trying just to bring you a few helpful suggestions about how we can all weather this very uncertain time in our lives and try to make it as minimally uncomfortable as possible. Stay tuned. There'll be more coming. Take care. Bye.